Hello, this is Dinah Lane from the Harwich Channel, and I'm here again today with Bob Weiser from the Harwich Cranberry Festival and
Music director.
music director of the Harwich Cranberry Festival. And it is a series, of course, at the 204 Cultural Building, mostly outside when the weather is good. And actually, I'd like to start, Bob, by telling you how much I enjoyed the concert, I think it was 2 weeks ago, with Harvey Reid and Joyce Anderson. It was fabulous, amazing. I think the whole audience was blown away, really. So many instruments, such charming people. And Joyce had an extraordinary voice, really beautiful, beautiful voice. I was very, very impressed. So thank you so much for recommending it.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
And that's basically why we're here. We've got world-class music in our small town setting. And despite the fact that some of the artists that I'm bringing are people whose names are not household words, in even the households of people who like acoustic music,
Yes.
it turns out that people think these people are pretty good. And that's because I've been playing this music on the radio and presenting it live for longer than I really want to admit, longer than some of our listeners have been listening to music, probably. We have a great lineup for August, and that, I assume, is why we're here.
We are. We're going to talk about the August program.
Well, August 1st, we start right off on Thursday night, August 1st, with the Lonesome Ace String Band. And they are from Canada. They're not even American. And they are a trio that play Americana bluegrass music. And unlike most bluegrass bands, which feature guitar and mandolin, this bluegrass band has no guitar and no mandolin. They are a fiddle, banjo, and bass trio. And they are extraordinarily talented. They cover some material that people will recognize, and they have a lot of original material. And they are playing a string of teaching camps and festivals throughout the eastern United States this July. And their final gig before they go back to Canada for the rest of the summer is on Thursday, August 1st, right here in Harwich at the 204. And in case we haven't mentioned before, gates open at 5:45 p.m. We recommend that you bring a chair or a blanket to sit on the grass, on the assumption that the weather will be nice, which it sometimes is. And bringing a picnic or some takeout is a good way to get your dinner hour on schedule instead of having dinner at 9 o'clock, which some people's systems don't adjust well to.
Or at 4:30.
Or at 4:30, which is a little early for dinner.
On the early side. Yes, that was another pleasant part of it, actually, was bringing our picnic and enjoying that before the music. So
we try to have a relaxed evening for people, and we get you home before bedtime. Since we don't have much lighting in the courtyard, the shows will end by 8:30 or so. August 8th, we have something totally different. It's a group of 5 performers who are part of something called the Folk Collective, which is a project launched by Club Passim in Cambridge, the most famous folk music venue in the country. And this is a multi-generational, artist-led group that has been selected by the leadership at Club Passim to carry on a conversation and a performance series to help stimulate the thinking about what is folk music and where is it headed in the 21st century. So the 5 performers range from their 20s to their 60s, from various gender orientations and racial configurations, Native American, African American, Jewish American, standard white American. They cover all the bases, and they're all talented performers, and their performance will kind of introduce the audience that attends to how people are trying to think about where where music is heading. Because, of course, music is heading towards Taylor Swift and rap. But there is a place for folk music in the constellation, and the Folk Collective is going to bring that to light. August 15th, we get the big guns out. Karen Casey is an Irish singer. She is regarded as the Irish equivalent of Emmylou Harris, according to the Washington Post. A fairly august connoisseur of music and entertainment of all types.
Has she been here before?
Karen has not been here solo, but her last performance at Harwich was with Child's Play, the world-famous fiddle ensemble of people who played violins and violas made by Bob Childs.
Yes, I thought I remembered her.
She was the
featured soloist.
Featured soloist.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But she's an extraordinary voice and an extraordinary writer and collector. She performs traditional Irish material. She performs material she's written herself. And she's got a great two-person band accompanying her. She'll be on the piano. Matt Heaton, who's played here before in this series with his wife Shannon, is the guitarist. And I can't remember who the third member is, so I can't tell you. Somebody with an Irish name that I can't pronounce. Come and find out.
It's sure to be wonderful. Yes.
Excellent. August 22nd, the second of the big guns, Hubby Jenkins, formerly of the Carolina Chocolate Drops. He was part of Rhiannon Giddens' band when the Carolina Chocolate Drops split up. And, so he's played on the Cape before. He's played all over the world. And his background is my hometown, Brooklyn. But he took an early interest in the roots of African-American music and has made that his life's work on banjo and guitars. I think he might play some bones too. He'll bring a whole different version of music. The Lonesome Ace String Band describes themselves as three Canadians obsessed with music of the American South. And so Hubby is sort of taking the other part of the American South, the darker colored part of the American South, and he will bring that to his performance with an extraordinary energy and spirit. And we finish up the season with John Gorka, who sold out his performance last August. That's a Friday, August 30th show, the one show of the season that's not on a Thursday night. So if you have a hard time remembering, all our shows are on Thursday nights, except the final show, which has now become a tradition of doing it on the last Friday of August. And John Gorka, singer-songwriter from the since the 1980s, he has been one of the essential voices in the songwriter scene from Greenwich Village in New York, even though he lives now in Minnesota. But he's a New Jersey native and brings a touch of humor and a touch of one of my favorite songs of his is about his car being stolen in Manhattan and where it turned up when they found it. So
some real life scenarios.
He covers a wide range of situations in his songwriting that people may recognize either in their own stories or other people's stories. And I am delighted to be able to bring this diverse collection of artists to Harwich. We have all kinds of great live music in Harwich on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. It's all free. And if you're so stimulated by all that great free music, on Thursday, you got to pay $25 a pop.
Okay.
And tickets are available online at Harwich Cranberry Arts and Music Festival.org. If Jamie and her crew can put up our QR code, whatever that is, you can scan it while you're watching this, and that'll take you to the page where you can get all the detailed information and buy tickets for the concerts. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And I'm grateful for you having me here once again to tell people what we're doing at Cranfest in the Courtyard Thursday nights in August, except of course for Friday, August 30th.
Yes,
Thanks.
well, it sounds like a great lineup, and thank you so much for coming in
And I hope you join us
telling
again.
us about it again. Thanks, Bob.
Thanks.
This is Dinah Lane from the Harwich Channel. Thank you so much.